Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There's a Q&A button located at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to ask questions to our presenters at any time. And if you do have questions for a specific college, be sure to mention that college within your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions happening over the next few hours. So definitely go check out some additional ones as well. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same site where you registered. Now, without further ado, I'll turn it over to our first institution, which is University of Evansville.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen up. Okay, here we go. My name is Sarah Wagner, and I'm an admission counselor here at the University of Evansville. Tonight, I have Jill Fisher in the chat helping me answer questions. Both Jill and I cover the state of Illinois, and we'll break it down at the last slide with our contact info so you can see who your admission counselor is. But we are here to help you every step of the way throughout the admission process. The University of Evansville is located in Evansville, Indiana, which is in the southwest corner of Indiana. Evansville is the third largest city in the state of Indiana, with several major cities only about 2 or 3 hours away. At the University of Evansville, our total enrollment includes 2,400 students, with about 2,000 of those being in our undergraduate population. And you can see by our low student to faculty ratio and average class size that we offer small classes to help students better engage with our faculty members. Professors also want to get to know you as a person, not just a number on their roster. So our incredible faculty teach because it's their passion. They want to act as a mentor to you, and they want to see you succeed. At UWI, we offer 75 different majors and areas of study. Some unique programs include creative writing, archaeology, and ethics and social change. We also have direct entry opportunities for athletic training, doctor of physical therapy, physician assistant science, and nursing. And you can find a full list of majors on our website. All students are encouraged to study abroad and at least have one internship while at UE. And as far as athletics, we are one of the smallest Division I schools in the country, and we have 17 different athletic teams. And we are known as the Purple Aces, and you can see our mascot there in the bottom right-hand corner. And how would you like to spend a semester living in a castle? Well, at UE, you can study abroad at Harlexton College, our study abroad campus in England, and feel like you're attending the real-life Hogwarts. Harlexton is located about an hour north of London. We do own and operate Harlexton, so your tuition and room and board is the same cost. Your scholarships and financial aid even go over there with you, and your additional costs are basically just going to be related to travel. You do have 3-day weekends each week, so you can travel throughout Europe, and there's even a couple of extended weekends, so you can travel a little bit further away. All majors can go, and it works best for most majors to attend during their sophomore year. Some nursing majors do attend fall of their senior year so they can gain some clinical experience in the public healthcare setting while they're over there. And do you see challenges as an opportunity to make a difference? And if you answered yes, then you are a change maker. UE is approximately one of 50 official changemaker campuses around the world. This means that our students and faculty set the bar for innovation and making a positive change in the world. And you can start making a difference from day one at UE. Our students are making positive change by promoting alternative energy sources, reducing infant mortality rates, and even providing microloans and services to women entrepreneurs. And that's just to name a few. We also have a high school changemaker challenge where you can pitch your idea, and that idea can even snag you up to a full tuition scholarship. Now let's talk about applying to UE. We do offer a free application, and it is available on our website or through the Common App. There are 2 pathways for applying to UE, a traditional and a test optional pathway. A traditional applicant will submit their application, transcripts, and test scores. An essay is optional for most majors, but is highly encouraged. A test optional applicant will submit their application, transcript, and then in place of their test scores, you will submit a required essay. And we encourage our students to apply by November 1, but we do have rolling admissions. So if you are a current senior on this call, you can go ahead and apply today. Now let's talk about tuition and financial aid. The current direct costs are about $53,000 per year for tuition, fees, and room and board. And keep in mind, this is just a sticker price, so no one pays 100% of this. All of our students, all of our admitted students, do receive a generous scholarship to attend UE. Scholarships are automatic, and our base scholarship range from $8,000 to $23,000 with many add-on awards available. So one add-on award would be our FAFSA Incentive Award. You receive an additional $1,000 scholarship just for sending the FAFSA to UE. I also always encourage students to apply for outside scholarships in your local community, and we stack any scholarships you earn on your own on top of what we've given you. And finally, you can see the average financial aid and scholarship package at UE is just under $30,000. So be sure to apply, send us your FAFSA to see what kind of scholarship opportunities and financial aid opportunities you qualify for. And next, let's talk about visiting UE. We are able to offer in-person visits right now, and we are also offering some virtually. For time's sake, I won't go through all of them, but you can see some of them listed here. I will always recommend an individual visit as it's personalized to you and your interests. We also have a fly-in reimbursement program. So any students that are up in Northern Illinois who want to fly into campus, you can receive up to $300 towards the cost of your flight to visit UE. And Evansville has an airport that's just 15 minutes north of campus, and you can find more information on our website. We do have a virtual visit actually tomorrow that I'm also leading. So if you'd like to join another virtual visit, you're more than welcome to join me tomorrow. And be sure to follow us on social media. This week is our virtual road trip. Typically, we can bring all of our admitted students onto campus for a road trip, but this year we're doing it virtually. So be sure to hop on Instagram to see what we're doing over there for virtual road trip. And yes, we do have a TikTok, so be sure to follow us on TikTok as well. And as promised, here's our contact information. I do serve Central and Northern Illinois, and Jill serves Southern Illinois. So please don't hesitate to contact us by phone, text, or email. And I'm sure Jill will drop her contact information in the chat. And thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Up next, we have Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design.
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's me, Matt from MyAd. I'm one of the assistant directors in our office. I actually work with all of our transfer and non-traditional students, but at the end of my presentation, I'll drop a link in the chat of how you can find the counselors that work with our students from the Illinois area. And I'll go ahead and get my screen share going here. All right, so the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, this is us, that is us there, a big 250,000 square foot warehouse in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are an art and design college, visual art and designs. That is exclusively what we do. We're a specialized college. We're the only college like us in the state. In Illinois, you can kind of compare us to perhaps the School of the Art Institute of Chicago or Columbia College, also in Chicago. We have 5 majors. I'll give a brief introduction of each of them. And we are exclusively undergraduate. So regardless of what major you're in at MyAd, you are working towards a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. All right, we are located in downtown Milwaukee, beautiful city, located right on Lake Michigan. Depending where you're coming from, let's say you're from the greater Chicago area, or you know where that area is, it's anywhere from like 2 hours to 1 hour drive, depending on where you're leaving from, north, obviously. We're located in Milwaukee's historic 3rd Ward, which is the Arts District. It is the creative center of the city. So not only do we have fine art galleries and auction houses here, but we also have architectural and design studios, ad agencies, etc. So it's the perfect place for us to be. A non-historic building in that neighborhood is our residence hall. It's very much apartment style living, as you can see here. And speaking a little bit about the community itself, we are a small college. Again, it's a small specialized school of art and design. So we're around 930, 950 full-time students on average, 16-to-1 student-teacher ratio. We try to cap our classes at 18 students. So everything is pretty tight-knit. You know people on a first-name basis. And another cool thing too is you're so well aware of what the sophomores, juniors, and seniors are doing as well. And so that really helps us behave like a creative community. And again, it's a very large warehouse space with tons of natural light and creative space for you to work in. Getting into our majors, again, there's 5 of them. New studio practice is going to be our fine arts major. So these are for the individuals who want to make, kind of works of art that exist for their own sake. So, when we're talking about studio art, obviously a studio is a big deal there. So every upper level student at MyAd, regardless of major, is going to have their own studio space that's in their major's kind of home base. So this is, again, the new studio practice fine art space. Really inspiring areas to come and visit. So we will hopefully be opening up for more normal visitation coming here in the fall. Come and check it out. Moving on to our design majors now. Communication design is essentially our graphic design discipline, but we call it communication design because we're thinking of solving problems in really any platform that comes at us. So whether that be video or a physical space. So something that we're particularly proud of is the Milwaukee Bucks have a new identity design, new branding, and that project was led by one of our graduates at an agency out of New York. Moving on to illustration, this is Maya's most popular discipline. It has a lot in common with communication design, but they're really relying on just the original image content to solve problems. But that also gives them a lot of opportunities in things like, say, narrative, concept art, etc. So this poster for the Milwaukee Film Festival is an excellent example of how illustration is relevant in a commercial platform. Now, moving on to 3D design disciplines, we have product design. It's what it sounds like. Think of all the consumer products in our life, from the scale of vehicles, like you see here with this Harley Davidson motorcycle that was featured in Avengers: Age of Ultron, but all the way down to, say, you know, somebody empathize, well, you can't see it, somebody empathized with you on, you know, the shape of your water bottle and how it fits your hand. So just, you know, making products better, but also solving problems with new products. And last but not least, interior architecture and design. A bit of a mouthful there, but that's because it covers a tremendous amount of territory. And that's kind of true at Maya. Sure, we have 5 majors, but if you came and saw a senior exhibition, you'd think we had a whole lot more, because students are really defining those majors in their own terms. So with interior architecture and design, it covers the scale of our bodies and how we interact with furniture and fixtures, to up to the scale of a room where those furniture and fixtures live, to how the architecture of a building determines the scales of, you know, those smaller spaces, to how a landscape determines the scale of architecture. And if any of that sounded exciting or interesting to you, applying is very easy. It is a free application. It is online at maya.edu/apply now. One of the more unique things about applying to an art and design college is that you do need to submit a portfolio. So we, the admissions office, are absolutely available to help you cater to your strengths and make yourself competitive. The goal is to arrive at somewhere between 10 and 20 examples of visual work that you've made. Obviously, you can rely on work that you've made in some, you know, maybe some of the art and design classes you've had access to at school. But we would certainly encourage you to share anything and everything with us, if that includes, you know, personal work or work that you might have done for somebody else. The point is to start a conversation with us, to build a relationship with us, because that at the end of the day, that's what Maya is all about. Making works of art and design is to, you know, kind of put yourself out there, to be vulnerable, and to communicate with people. So we in admissions absolutely want to, you know, start building that relationship with you early, cater to your strengths. You will submit transcripts. We do care about your academic performance as well, but we are absolutely test optional. You know, we really would just use those scores to, you know, get to know you better. Similar thing with essay and letters of recommendation. Those technically are not required, but we as your counselor can use them to again make additional connections for you. So yep, maya.edu/apply now. And good old Maya, come and see us. Thanks for being here tonight. Take care.
Thank you so much for your presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, definitely don't hesitate to put those into the Q&A down below. Up next, we have University of Akron.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cassie Cunningham. I am one of the assistant directors of admission at the University of Akron, and we're located in Akron, Ohio, about 5.5 hours away from you in Illinois and the greater Chicago area. I'm excited to share some information about the University of Akron here with you this evening. So our students choose to attend the University of Akron for a lot of different reasons. First, we do offer outstanding academic programs. We have over 200 different majors to choose from, and I am going to talk a little bit more about those programs, but we have a lot of different options, and within those programs, we offer real-world experience for our students through research, clinical rotations, co-ops. Again, research is another really popular one. Student teaching, and tons of other hands-on experiences. We also have a beautiful and safe campus here at the University of Akron, and it has about 80 buildings over a 218-acre campus, but it only takes about 15 minutes to walk from one side of campus to the other. We have a ton of different ways to get involved, 340 different ways and organizations, ranging from esports to sorority and fraternity life to undergraduate student government to our own TV and radio station. The University of Akron is also a D1 athletic program. We participate in the Mid-American Conference, or the MAC, and the city of Akron itself is actually the 5th largest city in Ohio, so there's plenty of benefits both personally and professionally to being in downtown Akron. We have a plethora of Fortune 500 companies here in the downtown Akron area, 13 different metro parks within walking distance of campus. If you like to hike, bike, walk, kayak, canoe, anything like that outside, there's tons of activities for you to participate in. Like I mentioned earlier, we do offer over 200 different programs here at the University of Akron. So this list, we have about a list of our popular programs. So if you don't see your academic program listed here, don't worry. You can go to uakron.edu/academics for all of our other programs. But again, these are the top programs that a lot of students decide to study here at UA. And our average class size is between about 25 and 30 students, with 95% of those classes having less than 50. In terms of the application process, you can submit either your application either via the Common App or our application on the website. Either one is fine. Feel free to submit whichever application is going to be easiest and most convenient for you. Once you submit your application, make sure to get in contact with your high school guidance counselor to have your transcript sent over to us. We can accept the transcripts via Parchment, Navance, Common App, or even via email. And for the class of 21 and 22, we are test optional, which means you don't have to submit ACT or SAT scores unless you want to. Once you receive all your materials, it typically takes about 1 to 2 weeks to receive an admissions decision from us. The University of Akron also offers many on-campus accommodations. We have traditional, non-traditional, gender-neutral, and apartment-style residence halls and options here for our students. Regardless of the style that you select, all of the amenities listed on the right-hand side come standard in all of our residence halls. So they all have high-speed internet, cable TV, central air, free laundry services. And additionally, students at UA actually get to select their exact residence hall room within the residence hall that they'd like to live in. So our personalized your experience self-selection process allows students to review all of the vacancies that we have on campus starting in mid-May, and then go ahead and reserve that specific room, like I said. We also recently announced that our residence hall rates were cut by about 30% this year and reduced. So students are saving about $2,500 a year to live on campus if they would like to reside on campus with us. For videos and pricing, you can go to uakron.edu/reslife. Some additional information about our honors program. We are test optional for the class of 21 and 22 for our honors program. This is a separate application, and students who have a 3.5 cumulative GPA can go ahead and apply for admission. They don't need the 27 ACT or the 1280 SAT to apply. And like I said, this is a separate application, so students who are admitted receive the additional perks listed on the left-hand side. We offer a lot of different programs here at the University of Akron that make super affordable to you. The first being our Akron Guarantee Scholarship, which is awarded to students with a 3.0 cumulative GPA or better. There's nothing you have to do to receive the scholarship if you have that minimum GPA. In addition to the Akron Guarantee, you're also going to be eligible for the Akron Advantage Award being a non-Ohio resident. This is a $3,000 scholarship and it's renewable. So as long as you have a 3.0 cumulative GPA, you're getting those 2 automatic scholarships. We also have additional scholarships you can apply for at uakron.edu/scholarships upon admission. So again, this Akron Guarantee Scholarship is awarded automatically to students with a 3.0 cumulative GPA or better. This is regardless of where you live, so you could be an Ohio or non-Ohio resident and receive this scholarship. The initial award ranges anywhere from $1,000 to $7,500, depending on your academic credentials. Not only is the scholarship renewable, we're also going to increase your scholarship after 30, 60, and 90 credit hours. So after those credit hour thresholds are achieved, you're getting more money on your initial award by $500, $750, and $1,000. Here we have our tuition and fee information for the 21-22 academic year. Just as a reminder, with a 3.0 cumulative GPA, students will automatically receive the Akron Advantage Award valued at $3,000 and our Akron Guarantee valued anywhere between $1,000 and $7,500. Our housing rates will vary depending on which residence hall a student selects, as well as the meal plan that they decide. But our non-Ohio resident or out-of-state student tuition or sticker price cost to attend UA is anywhere between $24,000 and $27,000 a year. So tuition is to take classes, housing rates living on campus, meal plan is to have that meal on campus. And then here we have a lot of different ways for you to visit campus. We are open for in-person visits, and we also have tons of virtual opportunities at uakron.edu/visit. And then this is my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, as I am the admission counselor that works with all students from Illinois. So thank you so much for joining me this evening, and feel free to drop any questions you have in the chat.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Up next, we have IUPUI.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Jamie Newsom, and I am with IUPUI. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So IUPUI stands for Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. We are an incredibly unique institution because we are actually a joint partnership between Indiana University and Purdue University. So what does this mean? What does this look like in practice? What it means is that you will do all of your classes on our campus in downtown Indianapolis. We have about 30,000 students total. 21,000 of those are undergraduate students. We've got a 500-acre campus that includes our own residence hall, an award-winning pool, our own Division I sports teams, our own mascots. But at the end of the day, all of our academics and all of our programming is going to come from either IU or Purdue. So there is no such thing as an IUPUI degree. They don't exist. You're going to walk away with either an IU degree or a Purdue degree, depending on your major. And yes, it is possible to walk away with one of each. So we have 550 different academic programs through 16 degree granting schools. I joke that there really is something for pretty much anybody on our campus at IUPUI. So these are a list of all of our academic schools. I won't go through all of them, but I did want to kind of highlight a couple of our more unique and interesting programs. We do have the Heron School of Art and Design on our campus. That is the only fully accredited School of Art and Design in the state of Indiana. The Kelly School of Business, so similar to the Kelly School of Business that you would find in find down in Bloomington at IU Bloomington. We're going to offer the same programs at our campus in Indianapolis. School of Dentistry will offer a dental hygiene program. Our School of Engineering and Technology is a Purdue school, so you will actually earn a Purdue degree of engineering if you complete the programming there. We do have the only motorsports engineering program in the country. So if you are interested in designing race cars or designing cars in general, that would be a great opportunity for you. We also do have things like mechanical engineering and energy engineering. The only school on here that does not actually offer undergraduate degree programs is the School of Law, but you certainly could go on and pursue your law degree at IUPUI if you so wished. The School of Medicine does actually offer undergraduate degree programs in things like clinical lab science, medical imaging technology. And then we do have one of the largest schools of nursing in the country. We enroll 200 students every year in the School of Nursing. One of the great things about IUPUI is that we are a healthcare campus. We have 5 hospitals on or attached to our campus, which means that our students have a tremendous amount of research opportunities, clinical opportunities, and just even volunteer opportunities as well. We have the only school of philanthropy in the country, so you can earn a degree in philanthropic studies. And then the other school that I'm just going to mention is the Purdue School of Science. It is the other Purdue school where you will earn a Purdue degree. And in there we have classes such as neuroscience, biology, chemistry, and also one of 24 fully accredited forensic science programs. So as I mentioned, we are located in downtown Indianapolis. That's pretty much a max of 4 hours from anywhere in Illinois. So it really is an easy drive and a great location. You can see our campus center is there on the left. That's the main hub of our campus. And everything you would want to do within downtown Indianapolis is within about a 20-minute walk. We are the 3rd largest city in the Midwest, the 15th, 16th largest city in the country, depending on what day you look at the stats. But we have Fortune 500 companies, amazing restaurants and museums. We also have the state government there. So a lot of opportunities for internships there as well. So student life, I mentioned we have about 21,000 undergraduate students. We have 500 plus different student organizations, everything from, excuse me, the chemistry club to the women in business, women in STEM. There's a napping club, there's a video game guild. So if you want to do it, it does exist. We have a fantastic multicultural center that does a number of different programming options, as well as sponsoring student organizations, and they provide a number of scholarships as well. A great campus rec center, the highlight of which is our natatorium. So our pool is considered one of the best pools in the country. We do invite the U.S. Olympics women dive team to campus every few years to complete their time trial. So that's kind of a fun event on campus. Division I athletics, we have 18 different Division I sports teams. We have on-campus housing that is available, and then a number of other events and programs such as our Jagathon, which is a huge dance marathon, and our Jagapalooza, which is a big carnival that we do at the end of every year. So how do you become a Jaguar? The application process is really fairly simple. We would need the application, which can be either our own app, which is the Apply IU app, or the Common Application, your high school transcript, your essay, the application fee or waiver, and that's all we actually require. So we are test optional. That is a permanent switch for us. So we do not require that students submit their test scores in order to be admitted to IUPUI. The application does open on August 1st every year. We are on rolling admissions with a deadline of May 1st. We're trying to be pretty transparent when we talk about what we're looking for in admissions. If you do apply with the test score, we're going to be looking for a 2.8 or higher GPA and 1,000 SAT or 19 ACT. If you're applying without test scores, a 3.0 or higher GPA, and then we'll also review that essay that you have submitted. So because you are part of Illinois, a resident of Illinois, you actually qualify for the MSEP award. So our out-of-state tuition is normally right around $30,000, but as a resident of Illinois with at least a 2.75 high school GPA, your tuition is going to drop to about $14,000 per year. This is continuous across your entire time at IUPUI. And then you'll see there the total number is right around $28,000. That does include things like books, supplies, transportation, and personal expenses. Now, we do have a number of different scholarship opportunities, including admissions-based scholarships, which are automatically considered for when you apply to IUPUI. The Honors College scholarships, which do require a separate application, and then competitive scholarships and diversity scholarships, which will also require a separate application. We do have on-campus tours, so please feel free to come visit us. We also have a number of virtual sessions, which you can find on our website. And then last but not least, that is my contact information. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you for that presentation. As a final reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, definitely don't hesitate to use that Q&A button down below. Up next, College of Lake County.
My apologies, I was having some technical difficulties. So let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. All right, so my name is Sarah Nyquist. I am one of the College and Career Navigators at the College of Lake County. I am joined in the chat by Carolina Rodriguez, who is also a College and Career Navigator, and we are here to support you. So the College of Lake County has 3 physical campuses as well as an online campus, which has been getting a lot of action this year. And so our main campus is in Grays Lake, Illinois. We have our Lakeshore campus in downtown Waukegan, Illinois, and then our South Lake campus in Vernon Hills, Illinois. With all of our campuses, it is possible for students to mix and match when they take classes, where they take classes, and they can take multiple classes at each campus throughout each semester. We do have 9 fields of interest, and within each field of interest, we do have a specific academic success advisor that you will be assigned once you are in your 2nd semester of classes. And we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the presentation. But these are the fields of interest that we have, and then within our fields of interest, we have over 80 academic programs, which include different certificates or associate's level degrees. At the College of Lake County, we do offer a variety of programs. As a community college, we offer apprenticeships within Lake County. So we partner with different employers within Lake County to make sure that our students can attend school and work at the same time. We also have something called FlexPath, which is specifically for our non-traditional students or adult learner population students. And that FlexPath program allows you to take classes on, let's say, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then you can just stick on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the classes will rotate every semester until you've earned the general education core curriculum, which is about 37 credit hours of general education courses that are transferable to pretty much any four-year institution. Another great thing about the College of Lake County is that we endeavor to provide students with as many opportunities and options as we can. Now let's briefly talk about tuition and fees before we talk about transfer opportunities. As Lake County residents, tuition and fees will be $147 per credit hour, which is roughly $4,400 for a full course load of 15 credits per semester. Many students that come to CLC often opt to do so with a 2+2 plan, where you start with 2 years at CLC and complete general education courses, earn an associate's degree, and then 2 years at your desired transfer school, where you will be completing your major core classes and earn your bachelor's degree. With that in mind, we have over 30 universities in our guaranteed transfer admissions partnership that can make your transfer experience as seamless as possible, while ensuring that your credits do transfer. And so as you can see on the screen, these are the schools that we do have that guaranteed transfer admissions opportunity with, but students can start at CLC and transfer anywhere. Now, as important as it is to go to class, study, complete your homework, it's also important to have a balance in life and enjoy different clubs, activities, and sports that the school offers. At CLC, we offer over 40 clubs and activities. A couple that come to mind are like Film and Photography Club, International Club, Student Government Association, Young Americans for Freedom, just to name a few. We also have intercollegiate athletics. Our CLC teams compete in 12 intercollegiate sports through CLC's membership in the Illinois Skyway Collegiate Conference and the NJCAA. So in addition to that, our 12 sports, we also have sports scholarship opportunities. So the sports that we offer for men are baseball, basketball, golf, cross country, soccer, and tennis. And for women, we offer basketball, cross country, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. Now, a lot of students think that if you're going to a community college, you don't really have the same opportunities that you would have at a four-year school, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. As you can see here, we do offer a variety of study abroad and study domestic opportunities. Obviously, with the last year, these have been put a little bit on pause, but we are continuing to start planning things for the upcoming years. So we will have students plan short-term trips that may last a week or two. We also may have full semesters abroad. And then we also have those domestic US travel study programs. So let's continue to look at other support services for students. As you can see here, we've got tutoring and academic support. You have access to your academic success advisor from your second semester all the way through to the end of your program. We've got our Multicultural Student Center, career planning and job placement, which is really helpful for like internships and finding a job after you've completed your degree. You have your success team, which is comprised of you, me, and then our registration services representative and our financial aid service representatives. Now, as we talked a little bit about, the College and Career Navigator is someone who's here to support you through your entire admissions process. And so students and their families will have one contact person, and we will guide you from the application to financial aid to really everything in between up until your first semester of classes. We do have College and Career Navigators stationed in area high schools, as well as some that are on the CLC campus. And then after your first semester of classes, we will transition you to your academic success advisor within your specific field of interest. And so getting started at CLC is a pretty simple process. You'll start with the application, create your student center on your MyCLC student portal. We will meet prerequisites and proficiencies with either placement testing, test scores, or your GPA. So you don't have to necessarily submit all of those things. Any one of them will work. We will talk about financial aid. We'll get you oriented to our campus. We'll advise you on your first semester, and then we'll get you registered. If you do still have questions, feel free to use the QR code here to connect with your College and Career Navigator, or give us a call at 847-543-2090. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that presentation. Our final institution for this session is Northeastern Illinois University.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Fabi Callis, and I will be presenting right now. Let me get my screen. All right, let me close this out. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Fabi Callis, and I am the freshman admissions counselor at Northeastern Illinois University. And right now we have about 7,119 total students. About 100 different countries represent our student body. Normally, and I tell students when I was on campus, when we were all on campus, if you walk through our halls, you would hear students speaking different languages from different countries, obviously, because we would have international students as well as students from other states attending Northeastern. We have about 80 plus undergraduate and graduate programs combined. Our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. And we have about 70 different clubs and organizations that students can join. They range from interest groups to Greek life, as well as intramural and club sports. Our motto is learn in the city, lead in the world. And okay, so right now our tuition is about $11,826. I tell students, don't be alarmed. That's the sticker price. That does not include any scholarships or financial aid that you may be awarded. Typically, this is what a student would pay if they are not eligible for financial aid or scholarships. But the majority of our students are eligible for financial aid. About 85% of our students do receive financial aid in one form or another. Also, we do have a guaranteed tuition rate for up to 4 years. So at the tuition rate that you start, you pay the same rate until you graduate, or I'm sorry, until you complete 4 years, or you graduate, whichever comes first. Our neighboring states also pay in-state tuition. So if you have family members that live in Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Missouri, Iowa, and Kentucky, they would actually pay in-state tuition as well. And our undocumented students may qualify for in-state tuition if they meet the requirements of the Acevedo bill, which is a law that was passed in 2003. I should mention a state law that was passed in 2003. In addition to that, we encourage students to apply for scholarships. We award scholarships in around $3 million a year. We want students to apply early for scholarships and to keep an eye on the deadline for some of these scholarships. All our talent, merit-based, and foundation scholarships are all open to our undocumented DACA students as well. Students that are specifically for incoming freshmen that our undocumented students are eligible for include the Presidential Scholar, as well as the Provost Dean's and merit-based scholarships. Now, we have gone test optional, but in order to apply for scholarships, you will have to submit test scores. The Presidential Scholarship is our most prestigious scholarship. It's basically our full ride scholarship. Students that are eligible for this scholarship would have to have a 3.35 GPA, a 27 on the ACT, or a 1280 on the SAT. So it's important to submit those test scores if you meet the requirements for the scholarship. In addition, for some of our city's students who attend city colleges, we participate in the Chicago Star Scholarship as well. And then, of course, if anything, and I tell students, this is the page you want to take a picture of, or you'll want to contact me so that I can send you the list of our scholarship opportunities as well. These are a list of our majors. The university is made up of 3 different colleges: the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Business and Management, the College of Education, and our graduate college, which is not listed on here because I'm only focusing on undergraduate programs. The ones that are listed in highlighted bold font: biology, pre-med, computer science, communication, media, and theater, justice studies, which is our pre-law major, philosophy, which is our other pre-law major, social work, accounting, management, early childhood education, and interdisciplinary studies are all our top majors. My major was English literature with a minor in history, and for some reason that is never in the top 10. What do you need to do to get admitted to Northeastern? Well, the minimum requirement is a 2.5 GPA. As I mentioned before, some of the scholarships do require higher GPA, as well as the test scores from either ACT or SAT. We are test optional, so the minimum you need to do to be admitted is a 2.5. And as long as you maintain that till graduation, you will be admitted to Northeastern. How do you apply? Right now, it's a simple process. I know that next year for fall 2022, we will be on the Common App, but as of right now, we are not. So you have to go through our webpage, which is neiu.edu/apply. You need to submit your application. There is an application fee waiver that you may qualify for. And again, you would need to arrange for your official high school transcripts to be sent directly to the university. We cannot accept them from you, so they have to come from your high school counselor or sent through Naviance or Parchment. And again, the test scores do need to be sent directly from the testing center. If they are listed on your high school transcript, we will accept them from there. And of course, you want to apply for FAFSA if you're eligible. Other things that are going on our campus that we encourage students to do is attend our campus overview, which is our virtual tour, our student panel, so you can learn about what's going on with our current students. If you haven't started the application, you should attend our application workshop. And our application deadline for fall is July 15th for this year, as well as next year. Next year it'll be July 15th as well, not to confuse you. And of course, if you have any questions, I did drop my information in the chat box. You're welcome to contact me directly or call me, and I'll be happy to work with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for those wonderful presentations and giving us lots of great information about your respective institutions. I'm going to invite our panelists to come back and answer a quick question for you guys, just to give you a little bit more information about their institutions. So the question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we'll start with University of Evansville.
So my favorite event on campus, and I kind of mentioned this, would be road trip. Typically, we would send 6 buses throughout the Midwest, and we would bus all of our admitted seniors onto campus to spend the full weekend with us. You get to go to mock classes. It is jam-packed. Usually we feel like we don't sleep and we drink tons of coffee, but it gives you the opportunity to see what it's like to be a college student for a full weekend. So hopefully we'll be able to bring that back next spring. So definitely apply, and you can look forward to that your senior year. So that's my favorite event, would be road trip.
Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design.
I would have to say our senior exhibition. So every single year, we know it's coming in the spring. It's actually up right now. I do believe our galleries are open to the public, albeit a little bit limited. Come see the examples that are installed. But this is what your MIAD experience is leading up to. The whole point of going to art and design school is to develop a creative professional identity, and the senior exhibition is your opportunity to show that off and have a huge platform for it. And in regular times, it opens on gallery night. And again, our neighborhood is the creative center of the city. So we get lots and lots of folks coming in to see that exhibition. I'll go ahead and drop a link in the chat because we will have a virtual exhibition that opens on May 6th that you can check out. And again, it's just really cool because it frames our college. We figure out who we are. We define who we are every year by seeing how that generation of students is defining their majors.
University of Akron.
My favorite campus tradition would be our Wagon Wheel Challenge. This is any really athletic event or game against our competitors or our direct rivals, Kent State, which is about 15 minutes of further away from our campus. And every time we compete against them athletically, we are competing for the Wagon Wheel, which is a historic emblem from our founder, John R. Buchtel, who founded the University of Akron 150 years ago. So every time we compete against them, we're competing for the Wagon Wheel item, and then whoever wins, they get to keep that until the next time we see each other. So the University of Akron is leading that total number. So we are victorious so far against Kent State.
IUPUI.
So I think my favorite event on campus is actually our Jagathon. So it is a huge dance marathon that we do every year that raises money for Riley's Children's Hospital. So the Children's Hospital is one of the 5 hospitals that I mentioned that is on our campus. And it's just a lot of fun because our student, staff, faculty, alums all come back, and they meet with the students. They run through the halls trying to raise morale and just get the students and the patients at the hospital engaged. So it's a lot of fun, and it goes to a great cause. They've raised about $500,000 over the past few years. So it's a really big event for our campus.
College of Lake County.
Yeah, so at the College of Lake County, we don't have a ton of traditional traditions because we're a community college. But one of the things that I am really excited about is our new student convocation. It's a newer event that we've been doing on a semester basis where students can get oriented to the campus, really get to meet each other, and then also get to meet their academic success advisors for the next semesters of their time at CLC. So it's a newer event that we've started, but we're really excited about it moving forward.
Northeastern Illinois University.
So at Northeastern, I think when I was a student, my favorite tradition was the Fall Into Fun Fest, which was pretty much in the middle of September. And all the student organizations would have a week to promote their clubs and organizations. But at the end of it, they would have a corn fest, and we get a lot of corn to eat. It was grilled corn filled, with lots of butter. Even though we're in the city, it was so awesome to have this awesome thing to do at the end of a week, kind of leading up to our alumni weekend and our homecoming weekend.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we appreciate any feedback you can give us. This is also just one of many sessions happening. There are an additional 2 hours next, so definitely sign up for more sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to see the sessions recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.